Welcome back to another episode of Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. As always, it's me, the Smithie D. A massive update has just hit the game and R2 is finally coming home to Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, but will he be meta-defining? Will he change the current Zol metal that we are facing? So let's jump in and have a look at the most recent update. So what's new? R2D2 is finally coming to the game, but he's going to be in a legendary event. And if you don't know what a legendary event is, it's an event exactly like the Palpatine and Yoda style. The event starts on May the 4th, so May the 4th be with you. Make sure you are marking that day on your calendar because that is the day when R2 comes home. We've been waiting for well over a year, I think it was, when he was showcased in the trailer, and I cannot wait until I get my hands on that little mech droid. The versatile support droid R2D2 has been seen on the Death Star. Gather your best Empire forces and defeat the famous crew of the Millennium Falcon to capture R2D2 in the Daring Droid. A very rare multiple-tiered event. Can you foil the rebel plans and capture this legendary astromech?
I'd buy that for $1.
So let's go over R2D2's kit. So his basic attack is called Electroshock Prod, where this deals physical damage to the target enemy with a 35 to 80% chance to inflict stun for one turn. This attack deals 30% more damage to burning targets. So what burning does, it deals physical damage over time, similar to a dot, but minimises the chance to evade. I'm liking the sound of this already. His first special ability is called Smokescreen. Target ally gains foresight for 2 turns and all other allies have a 70 to 100% chance to gain stealth for 2 turns. R2D2 gains 10 to 40% turn meter.
You were the chosen one! It was said that you would destroy the Sith, not join them! Bring balance to the Force, not leave it in darkness!
So this ability would probably benefit the Maul teams most of all, but it could probably be used in other teams and different comps, but we definitely would have to wait to see how that plays out in your arena and how you effectively use him. R2D2's second special ability is called Improvise, where it deals special damage to all enemies and inflict burning for 2 to 3 turns. This attack cannot be evaded. Not only can this attack not be evaded, but the burning debuff minimises the chance to evade. This ability right here is definitely going to be affecting them evasion teams. More. R2's first unique is called Combat Analysis. While R2D2 is active, all allies gain 4 to 10% critical chance and 4 to 10% accuracy. I think this unique is well thought of and well balanced with that increased accuracy that is going to be providing the team, and it also has that counter versus those Maul teams that you're going to be able to have extra increased accuracy for your entire team, so you don't always have to run those accuracy arrows, but at the cost it will have critical chance, where I think that is balanced because that critical chance will help in other areas of the game, but versus a kind of Maul team, if you do crit against that team, then it's going to then put those Sith into stealth. So I do think it's well balanced unique and it isn't just aimed at one team. R2's second unique is called Number Crunch, where at the start of each battle, R2D2 gains 5 to 10% max protection for each droid ally, 5 to 10% offense for each Galactic Republic ally, 5 to 10% max health for each Rebel ally, and 5 to 10% potency for each Resistance ally. So if you wasn't already aware, R2D2 has a Rebel Resistance droid and Galactic Republic tag, so it means he can synergize with any part of them teams. So if you did max level this unique, it's going to be giving you that 10% per ally of the faction. So if you did put R2 in a droid team, he's going to potentially be getting 40 to 50% protection increase. So if you decided to partner R2D2 with K2SO, you're going to be getting that droid and rebel from K2SO, so that's going to be a great benefit overall. It's untested at the moment, but how it works in this game, Ally does count as the character itself, so you could potentially be looking at R2 entering with all them abilities at 10% just from his own tags. If that wasn't enough, R2D2 has 2 upgradable Zeta uniques. His first Zeta is on Number Crunch, where at the start of the battle and when R2D2 is revived, other droid, Galactic Republic, Rebel and Resistance allies gain 10% of R2D2's max protection, offense, max health and potency until R2D2 is defeated. His second Zeta upgrade is on Combat Analyst. While R2D2 is active, whenever a light side ally scores a critical hit, dispel all debuffs on them, so that's pretty much working as a cleanser. So the big question on everybody's mind, is R2D2 going to change the meta? From all the information that we've gone over, I would say no, he's not going to be changing the meta. Will he help shift it slightly and make it more variable that we can use other teams? And yes, he definitely will be doing that. You'll be able to now run teams to beat Maul. It's going to be easier on the offense to beat these kind of teams, but again the issue is, will he hold on defense versus a Sith team that can increase cooldowns? Then that is another question, and it depends all on your mods. But I would say no, they're still going to be beating each other. So a Rex with R2, a Maul with R2 is still going to be in a similar position, but it's definitely going to be reducing that evasion and that kind of annoyance of that dodge all the time. When you're in a battle, I uploaded a video the other day where it was pretty much dodge, dodge, dodge. And that, yes, that is going to change. You're going to be able to use R2. He's going to have some great abilities. He's going to provide your team with some great unique abilities. He will help bring that diversity back to the game where you can now run other teams where you're not reliant on a Maul lead or even a Rex. So it's going to allow you to, for example, use the Rogue One team if you wanted then to go a full Jedi team instead. It's now going to allow you to really beat these Maul teams on the offense. But again, if this Maul team attacks you, your defense, depending on whatever characters you've got around R2, may not hold all that well because the AI will be controlling R2 and he can still be annihilated by Nihilus. So in my opinion, R2D2 is going to be one of those characters that you can slot into your team, like a Kylo Ren for example, and use him on the offense. He may be good on the defense, but we'd have to see how that plays out with how speed works in the arena to the opposing team to what you've currently got. Because again, he can still be stunned, he can still be ability blocked, and there is so much more that can happen to R2 to stop him using his abilities. R2D2 comes with 4 faction tags, which again could be to his great success or his demise. If you have, for an example, if you've got a Death Trooper or other characters that have abilities solely for Rebels, it's definitely going to be causing R2 that little bit of a problem. And if we see in the future when we see more First Order, more Resistance, and depending how they play out and what abilities they have cross with each other will also carry over to R2, and the same with the Galactic Republic tag, which I think that is amazing, and hopefully that we see Jedi and clones get put into that faction and they have even a more synergy when ran together. I think R2D2 again is going to be one of them characters that can be ran into any team, but with the burning effect, he's really going to be specialising versus evasion teams, but he will have that Zeta unique where light side characters can dispel their own negative effects on critical hits. So that is definitely a major point that we could start moving again to some more light side characters like a Qui-Gon Jinn Zeta. Maybe that will make him more versatile in the arena, having R2D2 in that squad. Who knows, we may see the return of the Anakin lead. We may also see Rebels make another rise because he does slot at home in that team. So if you are currently having problems versus this Maul meta, then R2D2 is your guy that's going to help you beat them. There was also other updates which we don't have time today to cover in this video, but we will definitely be covering it in another video. But what I want you to be aware of, that Darth Nihilus has gone into a hard node, but he is currently available in the Shard Shop. Go get him from the Shard Shop. If you have Shard Shop currency, if you have any currency in your arena, even your Galactic War, then go and get those shards. So it's going to make it less painful later on if you're trying to get him from a single node, because it could take you really up to like a year to get him. So get him while you can with those Shard Shops. It will definitely be worth it. He's great at 3-star, 4-star, 7-star, but 7-star is really going to allow you to start using him in raids, which he can do some real high damage, and it looks good, you know, with the better stats. It's going to make him overall a little bit better for the arena, and visually it's just going to look better that you've got a 7-star Nihilus. So what is your thoughts on R2D2? Are you excited? Are you going to be gearing up straight away? Let me know in the comments below. If you have enjoyed this video, then please make sure that you are hitting that like button and subscribing for future content. Thank you very much for watching today. I'm the Smithie D. May the Force be with you always.